Hello, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. So glad you could make it, and I hope you're all doing well. Cancer, welcome to your monthly money and finances forecast. Cancer, I've already shuffled and laid out your spread. We're going to move on to your reading, but stick around because at the end, we're going to take a look at what some guidance and final message can be for you about your money situation. So let's get started, Cancer. Now, Cancer, your overall energy around your money and finances is the Seven of Cups. So there could be a focus on family, but definitely your feelings and emotions are around this. The Seven of Cups is talking about you have some choices that you need to make, or there may be some confusion around your money and finances. You may be having a lot of options, too many options, looking for options, not enough options, or no option left. All these things could be occurring, or one of them. The Seven of Cups is also saying that you're perhaps trying to look at how to end the confusion, how to make the right and best possible choice for you. This may be you fantasizing about the possibilities. This also could be you trying to come up with the preferences and the priorities that need to happen around money, or there is a need to do that. The Seven of Cups is also saying you may be being very unconventional in coming up with new perspectives and new views and options for yourself about money. The Seven of Cups is also saying you might not be able to make up your mind. It's also possible that you could be dealing with squabbles with others, so be careful of that. Be careful about contradictory information that you could receive or is given to you. But the Seven of Cups talks about there are a need for some choices, and there's a need to have clarity around those choices and to remove the illusions around money. Also be careful with who you trust with the Seven of Cups here. Now, your attitude towards the Seven of Cups, overall energy around your money and finances, is the Queen of Swords. This is your attitude towards the Seven of Cups. Now, with this Queen of Swords energy, this mental energy, this analytical energy, you've already gone through a lot of shit, Cancer. Okay? You've learned a lot from what you've had to go through that was difficult and hard. Okay? But you came out stronger. And I feel like you are dealing with a difficult time now. And there's a need for you to draw on your experience or learn from the situation to add to your experience. Because with this Queen of Swords here, you may be trying to scrutinize something or trying to get to the truth. You may be trying to be logical and rational about your money and finance situation. This also could be you trying to see how to be firm but fair. This is also you dealing with things that are difficult or something's very hard for you. The Queen of Swords is also saying you could be having a sharp tongue at this time, being very cutting with your words, or being very cutting in general as your money is concerned. You could be feeling a little bitter about your money and finances, but there's a need for you to have wisdom or drawing your wisdom in this situation. The Queen of Swords is also saying this is the time that is the need for you to cut out the things that aren't serving you, or cut out someone or whoever you need to cut out that is causing difficulties and challenges or causing hardship with your money, or there's confusion around it. So you want to get to the truth. Now, Cancer, your money and finance situation is the Six of Wands, but your energy and attitude towards your money is the Moon. This is you showing up in your own read. Or you could be dealing with the Pisces for me with this energy of the Moon. So with the Six of Wands, the first thing is that some of you are experiencing victory and success and triumph with your money and finances because you are able to make use of your intuition, or you're using your intuition with this Moon energy. This is you making use of your spiritual senses. You may be psychic, or you could be turning to someone who's a psychic. I also feel that there may be some spell work, some magic at play. That either you are performing or you're turning to someone to perform for you with this energy. Now, What is also going on here for others of you, the Six of Wands is about you wanting victory, wanting success, wanting to get past your challenges, wanting triumph here. The Six of Wands is also saying there may be something that you are acknowledging or needing to acknowledge, or there's issues with respect with money, or issues with you getting respect with whatever you're trying to do about money or your goals here. The Moon is saying that for those of you where you could be experiencing victory, or where you could be experiencing challenges getting victories, just either way, for some of you, you are entering into another world concerning your money and finances. For some of you, you're getting victory over your thoughts and emotions, where you're passing from one mental state to another mental state because you're able to recover psychologically, or recover from the psychological problems that you're experiencing. For some of you, you are trying to get victory and triumph over the psychological problems that you are experiencing, and as it has to do with your money or in general. Now, also with this moon energy, you could be experiencing some fears and trepidation about money, some uncertainty. Be careful of hidden agenda. Be careful of fraud with the moon. The moon is also saying that there may be something that's hidden that needs to come to light. There may be some confusion about money and how to get victory and success here, or what needs to be acknowledged, or problems with acknowledging. But there may be fear. You could be having a frightening experience with money. And for those of you that you have a frightening experience, some of you are able to deal with that frightening experience in a very calm and curious way. Yeah. But this is you looking for clarity, or getting clarity, or needing clarity in order to have that success, victory, acknowledgement, or even respect with this moon energy here. The moon is also saying be careful, because in terms of your energy and attitude, you may be fluctuating emotionally about your money and finances in an extreme way, so be careful about that. You could be experiencing doubts with some sort of victory or success that you are experiencing or hoping to experience. Now, Cancer, you do have the Eight of Cups and the Six of Coins. The Eight of Cups is your money situation, and the Six of Coins is your energy and attitude towards your money situation with that Eight of Cups. So with this Eight of Cups energy, you may be experiencing some measure of unfulfillment, but this is a focus on wanting some sort of relief, or there may be something you need to abandon, or you could feel abandoned. You could be focusing on moving on. Be careful of good deeds that could cause you trouble for doing it or receiving it. This is a time to move on emotionally from something, or maybe you're having trouble with that. You could be feeling weary and alone, as it has to do with your money and finances, but even so, you are doing what you need to do that needs to be done to take care of it, because with that Six of Coins is your energy. You could be focused on charity, or you could be being charitable. You could be being generous, or focusing on generosity. You could be looking to receive some help and assistance with your money and finances from for some remedy, or for someone to assist you. This is with the Six of Coins. You may be thinking on your feet, coming up with ways to balance your money and finances situation. The Six of Coins is also saying it's possible that you are deciding to keep happy about the everyday things that's going on with your money and finances. Or you might be trying to keep everybody happy. The Six of Coins is also saying that you are focusing on a fair distribution of funds, or a fair distribution of support. For you're focusing on how you can balance, or there's a need to focus on how you can balance. You do have the Page of Pentacles as your money situation and the King of Wands as your energy and attitude towards that. Now with the Page of Pentacles here as your money situation, you may have a lot to learn. You're definitely working on your money and finances. You may be trying to create a new plan for your money and finances. You may be planting new seeds. But just know, whether you are trying to come up with a plan or plant new seeds for money, to gain money, or to be rewarded with money, or to work out things, it's going to take some time for that plan to really start showing results or start working for you. The Page of Pentacles is also possible that some of you receive news about money that comes in. It's not a lot, but it's something, and it still helps. The Page of Pentacles is perhaps you seeing ways to discover new creative approaches that you can implement to start getting a source of money coming in. But the Page of Pentacles is also saying you're just seeing what you can do in a real tangible way. And with the King of Wands here as your energy and attitude towards your money and finances, you could be being a little theatrical. You could be as someone going through drama. Maybe you love it. Maybe you don't. But this is also you focusing on risk taking. Now, be careful about being carried away. Be careful about problems with time. For example, rushing or being late. Now, also with the King of Wands, you could be getting control of your impulses and inclined to act before thinking. But you're focusing on achievement, or you're experiencing achievement with what you're working on or doing, or what you gain or receive. News about tangible money source or money coming in. The King of Wands is also saying that your energy and attitude may be that of being bold and confident, being an authoritarian, focusing on taking control here. This may be you being a performer, performing what needs to happen, doing the task that's necessary to get what you want done here. The King of Wands is also saying be careful about what you're doing, and especially doing the same thing, because you may experiencing that you will feel stuck, because whatever you're doing the same thing with, you tend to find yourself experiencing issues, and you need to learn or work on that. With this Page of Pentacles and this King of Wands. Because with this Page of Pentacles, it's kind of sitting there. So there's just something you need to work on, something you need to achieve. You're trying to see how you can achieve what needs to be worked on here, what you can do. You may not have a whole lot of experience, or be careful with who you may turn to that may not have a lot of experience in selling you a pipe dream, so to speak. Now, your goal with money is the Emperor and the Two of Wands. So the situation that you want with your money and finances as your goal is you want to be able to manage it. You want to take control, or you want to be the one in control. With the Emperor, you may be looking down upon something, or you may be trying to show off, or your goal is not to be looked down upon or someone show off on you. You may be looking at how you can persuade. You could be dealing with authority or dealing with a boss. You may be trying to see how you can build, structure, organize, and have order be brought to your money and finances. This may be you trying to be the head of the situation, focusing on how to have more logic and be rational in your decisions, and have some disciplined money practices here. But you're focusing on how to build your money, how to manage it. There may be a need to make some adjustments to curb costs or curb expenditures. You focusing on being more organized. Now with the Two of Wands as your energy and attitude in terms of your goal. This is you coming up with new plans, planning ahead. This is you being cautious. This is you taking the next clear step that you see, even if you don't see the bigger picture. This is you waiting for something to happen that you initiated, that you want to come in right on time, even though you may know you might have to wait, nonetheless, beyond what you would like to. And your goal is being able to plan ahead for that, just in case your thinking on that is what you see. This Two of Wands is you trying to be sensible, focusing on being sensible and having sensible actions with money. Because the Two of Wands is speaking of duality, so whatever path you take is going to take you down a particular path. It's going to take you on a particular journey with money. And so with that Emperor energy here, this may be you having ambition or being a trailblazer, or you just being very energetic about your money and finances, but certainly you want to be a leader. Now, it's possible you want to be led, or you want to get money management tips or help. Now, your challenge was crossing your money and finances is the Tower. And by the way, you could be dealing with an Aries or a Scorpio as well. But with the Tower here as the challenge, this here is you trying to get an epiphany. There may be the challenge of getting an epiphany or having a realization about your money and finances situation. The Tower is you dealing with an unwanted event or something unexpected and sudden happening with your money and finances. This is the challenge of drastic changes with money and finances, whether you're experiencing or trying to create it. The Tower is the challenges of adversity, the challenge of shakeups, the challenge of your money foundation being rocked or ruined, the challenge of dealing with something that's affecting you personally in your money and finances here. The challenge of avoiding a shakeup or an unwanted event. The challenge of dealing with something shocking with money and finances. And so with the Emperor here, and it's here twice, you have the Emperor here in your goals and the Emperor here in your challenge. But the Emperor here, this is your emotions and feelings. So your feelings about these challenges is you're wanting to manage it. You wanting to take control. You wanting to see what you can create. You wanting to see how you can build. You wanting to be logical and rational about this. You want to see how you can persuade and take the lead or be a leader. You're looking to be bold. You're looking to be have self-discipline or create discipline with money. For some of you, you're hoping to get help from your father or someone you see as like a father figure or patriarch. But with the Emperor here, you're trying to see how to manage this. So there's a need to see how to manage this. Also with the Emperor here is your energy and attitude. Again, you may be looking down on something or someone, or being a show off or wanting to be a show off, or you're looking to see how to persuade. But logic and being rational is important here. You want to cut out the bullshit and bring order to the situation. Now, the Emperor is also saying it's possible that you feel like this is out of your control or beyond your ability to manage. Your likely outcome is the Five of Wands as the situation around your money and finances. with your energy and attitude towards that Five of Wands is the Hermit. You could be dealing with a Virgo, Cancer. So with the Five of Wands, this is saying that you're dealing with your money and finances is chaotic. It's chaotic, right? There's challenges, there's strife. You may have difficulties changing it, or there are difficult changes that are happening with your money and finances. You may be struggling with the ability to avoid the circumstances that you are experiencing, or you're looking to see how to diffuse it. The Five of Wands, however challenging, there is the opportunity to see how to change it through your response, through the action that you take. Now, there could be some competition, or you may be being resisted, or you may be resisting the change, or struggling with the ability to change something. You may be struggling within yourself, but there's some negative actions happening or occurring around your money and finances where you are struggling. There's some difficulties. With the Hermit here is your energy and attitude. I find it interesting how the Hermit is kind of turned away, facing away from the Five of Wands. So I feel like you're going to be very wrapped up in your own needs and wrapped up in how to get solutions or searching for answers. You may be seeking something, waiting for something to come in, searching for something to come in to be of help and support to you. You're going to be very moved by your concerns with the Hermit energy. You may be playing like a game of cat and mouse, trying to get away, not get caught up, or having a lot of emotions to being caught up with your money and finances situation being challenging or not easy to change. The Hermit is also saying there is a need to really analyze your money situation and come up with answers. There's a need to go within. You might even need to withdraw from a situation. The Hermit is also saying that there's a need for you to recuperate. The Hermit is also saying that there's a need for you to focus on being very thoughtful about your money and really try to isolate the situation for how you can pinpoint how to deal with it or move forward or adjust. The Hermit energy is also saying there is the need for possibly a minimalist approach to your money, spending less, saving more. You may even be seeing what you can sell to generate more money. But definitely there's a focus on solutions and answers needed. You also could be turning to someone, a professional, to help you to analyze your money situation and come up with a budget or a way to turn this around or to avoid it. But I do see that there's struggles here with money. Because some sort of drama happens, or you are the one that's causing that drama. Or there's some issue with what you're trying to achieve, or you're moving too fast. Or something going on with the risk taking that you're doing. Or you may be getting carried away. Or you're doing something the same way when this is the time that you need to change that way because it's not serving you. But you're trying to move away from something that's unfulfilling. Or be careful not to do things that's going to end up resulting in being unfulfilling and not serve you as a result. And so on the Hermit, as your wisdom for the Fool, is the Hope Fool. It's the one. So that's the Magician. That's a focus on what you can manifest and having the power of influence with the tools that you have, or the skills that you have, or your abilities or your resources to have the power of influence and to create what you want. And the Fool wisdom is for you to be hopeful, to stay hopeful about your situation and do what you can to work on it. With it being the Magician energy here, you want to be careful of tricksters, manipulators. You want to be careful with strange shit going on, doing anything strange. This is asking you to stay excited or inspired about your circumstances. Be careful of manipulation and how you're manipulating. Are you being crafty and cunning, or are you being deceitful or being deceived? Let's see what some additional message that can come in for you, Cancer. But it looks like there's some issues here that need to be worked through. You could be dealing with someone who's controlling, or there may be a need for you to curb your controlling ways. There's a need to become more organized and have more order and clear objectives here. And be careful about your ambitions. You want to trailblaze, not blaze the trail. What is the additional message here? Be careful of illusions that you may be in. Be mindful of what you are imagining. Be careful of the unknown. Thank you, Spirit. You want to get to the truth. You do have honesty. Thank you, Spirit. There's going to be honesty needed, so be careful of your behavior and actions. You want to do things the right way and truthfully, or you want to make sure you're receiving honesty and truth. So be honest with yourself and others when it comes to money. Communicate with clarity and conviction. So there's a need to speak your truth. There's a need for you to be honest. There may be a need to be honest about what you can and can't do. Don't pretend. Don't put up a facade, and don't let anyone put up a facade with you. You need the facts up in here. Get to the facts. Stick to the facts. In confusion, avoid confusion. We have a card that fell out. Okay. This card is from the other deck, but it has the cheerful. The Fool's wisdom here is to be cheerful. It's a 35 breaking down to an 8. So there's a need for you to be strong, to have some self-restraint, some self-control, some discipline, some self-discipline. There's a need for you to be bold and courageous, resilient, have will and fortitude and determination. Okay, you might need to be mindful about your pursuit for glory, or do you need to be in pursuit? Do everything that you can that's in your ability, that's possible, for you to balance things and make sure things are good for you. Okay, so do things in decency and order. Don't overdo or underdo. Be honest and true, but also require it. You want to be careful because you may not be seeing as much as you need to, or you need more help with what you're working with. And you need to speak up. There is like a need for scrutiny to remove confusion and illusions, or to maybe cut down on the choices and options, all the options. There might be too many options, or too much confusion. Let's see what's another message for Cancer. What's another message for Cancer about their money and finances, please? Definitely see what you can achieve and see what you can do. Thank you. Cooperation instead of competition. What's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. So there may be a need to create more harmony for the support and cooperation that needs to happen around money and finances, whether around spending, responsibility, or goals. Everybody needs to be on the same page about what is going to be done, who's going to do it, how it's going to happen, and what might need to be cut back on. I feel like there may be a need for a budget or stick to a budget, but also to make sure that others are supporting you, or you making sure you're working with who is supporting you, and there may be a need for you to be more supportive. At the bottom, you do have quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Okay? So there's a need to take a step back, to retreat from the situation and really discern what's happening or what needs to happen here. Quiet your mind. Okay, quiet your mind. You do have the moon here. So there's a need to quiet your mind so that you can see past the confusion or see past the glamour that you could be experiencing or that's being caused in some way. There's a need to get grounded. There's some struggles here, so there's a need for you to be that change agent and come up with solid answers. Maintain hope and keep a cheerful perspective. Don't give up. I hope these messages help. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye, Cancer.